Imagine a government making life or death decisions about war, only to find its own citizens turning against the very policies it pursues. How does a powerful nation navigate a conflict when its people are increasingly divided, questioning the cost in lives and treasure? Public opinion significantly influenced United States Vietnam policy by shifting from initial support and acquiescence to widespread dissent and, ultimately, a demand for withdrawal. This evolving sentiment pressured political leaders to alter strategies, seek peace negotiations, and eventually disengage from the war. The core mechanism behind this influence was the growing accessibility of uncensored media coverage, especially television, which brought the realities of the war directly into American homes. Early on, a narrative of fighting communism garnered support, fueled by the domino theory, which posited that if one nation fell to communism, surrounding nations would follow. However, as the war dragged on, and casualties mounted without clear progress, public trust eroded. Events like the Tet Offensive in 1968, despite being a military defeat for North Vietnam, starkly contradicted official claims of imminent victory, leading many to question the war's objectives and honesty. Policymakers responded to these shifts in various ways. Initially, President Lyndon Johnson and later Richard Nixon attempted to manage public perception through public statements and by highlighting progress. As opposition grew, their approach shifted toward policies like Vietnamization, which aimed to gradually withdraw United States troops and transfer combat responsibilities to South Vietnamese forces, thereby reducing American casualties. This strategy was a direct response to the domestic pressure to end United States involvement without appearing to concede defeat. An interesting nuance is the concept of the credibility gap, which emerged as the public perceived a disconnect between government statements and the actual situation in Vietnam. This gap was not just about the war itself but extended to broader trust in government institutions. The anti-war movement, encompassing a diverse coalition of students, civil rights leaders, and concerned citizens, employed various tactics, from peaceful protests and teach-ins to more radical acts of civil disobedience, all designed to amplify public discontent and force political action. This widespread activism, combined with grim news reports, became a potent force that could not be ignored by Washington. Ultimately, the sustained pressure from an increasingly skeptical and vocal public limited the government's options and fundamentally reshaped the course of the war. It demonstrated that even in times of international conflict, domestic consensus is a critical factor in a democracy's ability to wage and sustain military engagements.
If this history moves you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.